Okay, I think we are live and welcome everyone. Let's see, Garden Prepping, Joe Morgan, Adam, Luke and Mom, Kevin. Um, Good to see you all and good evening. Well, at least if you are in Norway or around that area, this is the evening. It's Tuesday, the 10th of May, and spring has arrived. Well, it's been here for a while, actually. So we have green leaves on the trees, which is to me awesome. I like to see the green leaves appear on the trees. Um, my hair looks fresh. Well, thank you. Hi there, Adrian. Let's see here. I don't really have a topic for this live stream. I had some spare time and I thought, let's chat a little bit. Um, Looking fresh. Okay. Um, yeah, but Sophia, good to see you. Before I continue, um, you can give me a super chat, you know, if you really, really want me to see your comment. YouTube makes that comment pop up with colors and everything. That's how it works. It will cost you some money, but that's just how it is in this world. Nothing is for free, as they say. Well, some things are, but um, yeah. So I um, I have a video that's doing quite well on the main channel right now, actually, and I talked about the fourth industrial revolution. So we could go and check that out if you haven't seen it. It's on the main channel, not this channel. I I've been trying to stay away from topics that uh, irritates certain people. But what can you do? Uh, at the end of the day, you have to talk about you. In this case, being me. Things that I find important. And everyone is so sure about everything, not everyone, but those people who I suspect know the least about things are so very certain about everything. And that's how it is. The more you study something, the more you try to understand, the more time you spend studying a multitude of topics. We should remain students for our entire lives. That's what I always say. And the longer you do that, the more you understand that there is so very little we know. But some things we do know. But whenever I encounter people who have a very black and white view of things, I kind of suspect that they haven't really looked into this topic in detail. Some things are very simple. Some things are actually black and white. Um, and I won't get into which things those are, in my opinion, here. But some of you would disagree, perhaps. But yeah, okay. Um, so let's see here. Yeah, it would be nice if you hit like. Ash of the Hood, good to see you. It's good to see the members here. And Bob also. It's been a while since I did a members only live stream. I will get back to that. So I've been very busy. I mean, very busy. And I've been very tired. But so also there is another topic, another problem. I have to mention this because some of you have noticed that in previous live streams, there are people with a certain religious conviction who Christians. And I know that several of you guys are Christians, and I always say that's perfectly fine. And also, it's not my business. It really isn't. But we have had a problem with certain people who call themselves Christians coming here and making a mess, trolling in the comments. And also, if any of those people listen, please, please don't try to reach me through other. Don't try to reach me, okay? I'm. It's like I'm not going to change my mind just because you pester me. I'm not going to do that. And I'm not going to change my mind on this. And please show a little bit of respect. It's not so nice to. I mean, I have a life outside of YouTube, so please, it's not so nice. So I won't get into details about what certain people have done, but it would be nice if you just left me alone. Okay. So, Herr Kapitan Sebas, welcome as a member to the channel. Let's see here. Øyvind, I suppose from Norway, is here. And from Dave says, hi from Canada. It's great to see that people come to these live streams from almost the entire world. We even had someone from China here, actually. Let's see here. Yeah, when it comes to book recommendations, I don't know because I'm Norwegian, and if you need a book in English, I don't know which books are best. Because when it comes to the Norse mythology, so-called stuff, most of my books are in Norwegian on that topic, and we have many books on that. We even learn a little bit of Old Norse in school. At least we did when I was in school. Let's see here. Yeah. Well, Maria, it's. Hold on. I'm just going to close the door here. I'm not saying that people are chasing me down the streets. It's not like that. But I do value my privacy. So, yeah. Okay. Oh, Stephen. Yeah, that's correct. My favorite country apart from Norway, that's Scotland. And you're 10 minutes away from Loch Lomond. Wonderful. Okay. So let me know if you have any questions, and I will try to answer those. I'm a little bit tired, but I will do my best. And I don't have a topic for this live stream, so maybe I should have thought about something. But yeah, we can talk a little bit about, belief in. Yes, actually, there is one thing I would like to talk about. and it's this. It's an. I'm not going to. I'm going to try to frame this so that I don't want to come across as someone who is. I don't have a negative view of Christian people. I don't at all, not at all. Um, Hi, Indridi. Welcome as a member to the channel. Wonderful. But um, lately, people with a very dogmatic um, perception of Christianity, let's just say that, let's put it that way, have made these live streams a little bit difficult to do. And quite frankly, that's one of the reasons why I haven't done live streams in a little while. But one lady commented, an older lady commented and said that I should something that I should, since I'm a heathen, she said, I should try to understand that some people have a religion. And from that, I take it that she believes that if you do not have any of the religion, if you do not subscribe to any of the religions that she feels is a proper religion, then you don't have a religion at all. Now, how can you say a heathen doesn't have a religion? A heathen, it's in the definition, certainly has a religion. It's a heathen typically will have a connection to the one of the oldest belief systems and religions in that typically in that area or in that ethnic group, you know. And for me, you know, as a Norse heathen, my religion is ancient. It's been here for a long time. I actually view the Abrahamic religions as quite new because they are compared to my religion. So it's not, you know, it's a funny thing, isn't it? Linguistically speaking, heathen is the correct term, actually. Jonna, good to see her. And Linda has been a member for 10 months. Wonderful. Charles says, I'm a heathen and heathenism isn't a religion. Well, I would say it is a term used on people who certainly has a religion. Absolutely. It's splitting hairs, you know, and I could do that all day long, but I won't go there, you know. That's not the point, is it? But anyway, I have spent more time outdoors. I have done almost weekly overnighters out in the woods. Now the mosquitoes are back, so I will be canoeing more. I will be out on the yacht more, and generally speaking, spending more time outdoors, which we all should. And I hope you all will try to do the same. And I know it's something that we tend to say in this so-called modern world, that we will spend more time outdoors, out in nature. And many people, they don't. They stay put where they are, looking at the screen. Actually, I'm looking at the screen. Now I'm looking at the camera. But apart from that, you know, you really should get out, you know. Jake says, you're Scandinavian, it's your job to appreciate the old Norse gods. Well, yeah, you could say that, you know. um, John says outdoors to me is room service. um, Oife says hi from Ireland. I hope I pronounced that correctly. From Belgium, Wim from Belgium. Well, this is the most frequently asked question. When will my novels be available in English? Now, I first of all, I do not translate my novels, and the problem is not translating the novels. Actually, some of my novels are already in English. They have been translated. The problem is getting a book deal with the right publisher, and that's where it's at right now. And I need that book deal, or rather, my agent needs to secure that book deal with a good publisher, because some people say, and I got a message today actually, why don't you self-publish your book? Well, it's first of all, I've written more than 20 novels, and it's my ambition to have them all translated and published in English and made available in the bookstores and online in the English and all the English-speaking markets. For that, you need a good publisher, a publishing house. You need a marketing department, a sales department, and so on and so on. So that's what I need. Nils, what do you now know about Tara? I haven't heard about Tara. Well, if I did, I have forgotten about it. Marge, now a translator, as I said, I have already had some of my novels translated into English. That's not the problem, and I won't go through that. I just said it. Why did you choose English? My novels have been published in. I think it would have been eight or nine languages. So they are in many countries, right? They were supposed to be published in the Russian language area as well. But the thing happened, and now that's been delayed, and we are. I mean, if you ask me, it's trying to stop culture being exchanged through between countries is very foolish, because if there's one thing we know about culture is that it builds bridges. So that's yeah, But anyway, Tormurg is asking if I will continue to write posts on my blog. Never say never, I might do it. The problem with my blog was that people just stole everything I wrote there and put it on their own blogs. And it's more difficult to steal videos, even though I'm sure that they do. But at least then you can see that it's me there on the video. Nero, and thank you for the donation. Nero, well, thanks for your donation as well. Ulfric, that's wonderful. I work 60-hour weeks, and well, don't get me wrong. Thank you for the suggestion when it comes to publishers, but I can't do that as well. I would kill myself I can't do that as well. I need to trust that my agent is doing that thing. I can't do everything. Okay. Um, and it's like yeah. Let me just say that I'm my job is to write books. What comes after that is not my job, and it can't be my job because it's just too much. And other people will do a better job at that, you know. I'm not a salesperson, for instance. I'm a novelist. So there you go, you know. um, what's your favorite? If Maria is asking, what's your favorite woods or camping memory? Well, hmm, I I think some of the recent trips with the dogs, they've all been very nice. And also when I was like, a teenager and I went out camping with more basic equipment back then. Uh, like I was sleeping, I would sleep in the snow, my sleeping bag with, and, and if I was expecting snow, I would use garbage bags to cover um, the sleeping bag and all that. Um, how do you find good places to hike and camp? Well, I'll tell you, it's getting more difficult every day. And you might have noticed that I am no longer filming up by the cave here in my local woodland because it's only there are only patches of woodland left now. So I have to travel further, and I have to travel further. And I have to travel further away from the coast, which I don't like so much. Well, it's nice other places as well, but I really like the woodland near the coast, but it's so difficult to find woodland here now. Very difficult. They they are building houses. They are cutting down trees. That's what they do. There's Ron Swanson here. I didn't see that. Who's the Ron Swanson guy? Ron Swanson. Yes. Okay. Live long and happy. Well, thank you for that. um, Norway is a massive country. Absolutely. We don't have that much. Well, yes, Norway is a massive country. Only 5 million. 5 million is that's a lot of people. And I have when I travel to countries with like England, Denmark, more people in a smaller area, you know. What I notice is that there are people everywhere. You can't be alone, and that makes me very stressed. I don't think it's healthy, and I am of the belief that there are too many people on the planet. I believe that that's the case, Now, of course, don't get me wrong here. We have the people in the yeah, lots of people are saying that, and they say that we must reduce the amount of people here. But the problem is, of course, well, who? I guess they're not talking about themselves, are they? Um, but yeah, you know, so that's a hot topic there. Um, let's see here. Yeah, humans have overcrowded the planet. It is it's interesting, and already at school, I remember I we learned about a typical, the population curve for a species in a what's the English term? Biotope. Yeah, in a natural area, and it will rise. Well, if it rises, it will rise, and if it becomes exponential, then at the top there they start dying off, and it goes straight down. Uh, and we are at the peak, or human population is forming a peak now. So you could say that, well, should something happen? Will something, it not should, but will something happen in the future? And when? That makes the human population plummet, you know? It wouldn't, it would sort of follow a natural curve for an an animal species in a biotope. Is that what you say in English? Or a natural area? I don't know. I'm just speculating here. Don't get me wrong, and I'm sure some will. Habitat. Okay, yeah. I'm sometimes these terms, I don't know what they're called in English. Uh, it's not habitat. No, it's in Norwegian we say biotope, I believe. uh, it's a little bit difficult to follow the chat here. Let's see, 295 people. Norseman Redbeard. You're saying that your English is better than most native English speakers I know. Well, thank you for that. I don't know, but I do my best. You know. Um, well, and right under there, sooner or later, the population is regulated by either disease, war, or starvation. Well, you could say, it's a very interesting topic, because you could say that now the planet is a limited space. It is. The space is limited. So at some point, there will be too many people. So how many are too many? Some would say 10 billion. Some would say 5 billion. Some would say 1. Some would say 100 billion. I don't know. But my point is that you can't say that logically, following logic here, you can't say that there's an infinite number of people that could live on this planet, because we would step all over each other at so. But again, ethically speaking, it's one of those problems where you really have to keep two thoughts, at least two, in your head at the same time. Because, for instance, I'm not saying that we should do things so that the population is reduced. That would be wrong, of course, you know. But we must also be able to say that there is a limit to how many people can live on this planet. And before we reach that absolute limit, let's say that we have all matter of technical stuff that I don't know, but before we reach that limit, that absolute limit, things will become very difficult, very unpleasant. Okay. Thoughts on permaculture? Well, thank you. Cold War 34. Oh, yeah, the Cold War is back. Oh, I'll say a few words before I get into permaculture. Um, I grew up during the Cold War, and I'm so disappointed. Actually, I'm so disappointed. I thought we would not go back to that, but the old Soviet is back. That's that's what it looks like. Um, and all the wrong people are involved in this, making it worse. That's how I view this. But permaculture, I'm a big fan, um, and I had some ambition to start a few permaculture projects myself here. I tend to forget how busy I am with my work, but it is a lot healthier. A lot healthier. Oh, Native Tongue is here. Good to see you. And the Woodlander is here. Good to see you as well. Let's see here. Yeah, we are repeating history over and over, and it all leads downhill. I'm going to make a video on repeating history on the main channel. Yeah, I've read a couple of books, or one or two books about permaculture lately, and it's very interesting. I learned a lot, and that's how we should all do things. And right now, at this time of the year, they are, again, an English word, with the fields, they are turning the dirt, and making I think they've already, yeah, they are right at that time now where they are making the fields ready for the grain, and some places they have already started. Yeah, that's what they're doing. You know what I mean? Okay, plowing, tilling. Yes, tilling. I think it is called. And because we have had a drought, it's been very dry. But today, thankfully, we had rain. But it's been quite dusty, actually. Dust in the air. Can you imagine that in Norway? But there are lots of fields around here where I live, and I've noticed that we have dust in the air. Um, that's not the right way to do things, and I I think it can be done in a better and healthier way for the planet and for us as well. Let's see here. Yes. What fires in food packaging plants? I thought you wrote fire in the woods, but because we have a lot of that now. Well, we have had a few large ones, which always makes me worried because it's so dry, and I have a theory on one cause of these forest fires, One cause is the trains, because the trains will sometimes throw sparks off the tracks, and that's we all know about that. But another reason is that some people throw bottles and soda cans and beer cans in the woods. And when you do that, the bottom of the bottle or the can, if sun hits at the right angle, it's it it will it's like a magnifying glass, and it can start a fire that way. You can actually polish the bottom of a beer can and start a fire if you have the right material. Um, and that's something that people don't think about, I guess, when they throw their rubbish in the woods. Um, Dr. Gary Mayer, thanks a lot for the donation. Um, okay, and right under there, Patrick says if the trains throw sparks, it means they have a brake problem. It's not normal. I didn't know that, but apparently that's the reason for several of the fires here. Um, and of course, campfires. Um, Campfires is illegal now in Norway, but people, you know, maybe they don't follow the rules, and maybe they don't look at the weather forecast before they go out, and I don't know. But I mean, if you go out in the woods now, well, actually now it's still dry. It's very dry, even though we had one day of rain. But like yesterday, if you went out in the woods there and started a fire, I mean, that's I don't know if you can call it stupid, because it's yeah. But there are many stupid people, So let's see here. Yeah, Maria says, tell everyone to buy seeds, soil, and books. A real SHTF scenario, backup food. Old Sprout, thanks a lot. Look very tired. I am very tired. Mindre EU, mer Norden. That means less EU, more Nordic. Campfire is illegal. Is living also illegal? I'll try to be kind to you, okay? Campfires are illegal when there is a high risk of starting a fire in the woods. And it should be, you know, because it's devastating. So when you go and look at the weather forecast, you will see a symbol. It's a little flame, and that means that it's illegal to have a campfire when you see that flame, because it's so dry out there, you know. So yes, that should absolutely be illegal. They even banned these stupid little portable grills that people buy. They are actually quite dangerous, because some people, stupid people, they use them, and they are like, they use them once and then you throw them away. Excuse me, but they some people just leave them there because they don't have the time, or they won't be bothered to bring them back home with them. Um, Now I want to change topic a little bit here. I won't get into this. I'm going too much. I'm going to end this live stream soon now. But Um, just keep an open mind here, okay? What happens if we get a surge of COVID restrictions this fall, on top of all the other stuff, on top of the high prices for everything, cost of living, um, the tension because of the war in the Ukraine, and everything on top of everything, because it's not like that couldn't happen, you know. So I'm just saying this in a very as delicately as I can, because I think it's sensible to kind of prepare a little bit for that. No, I'm not saying that they certainly will go back to those restrictions. But what if we get that on top of all the other stuff? Will you be able to manage? Imagine you get fired because you work in a business and they have to close down because of restrictions, and now you have no job, and food is expensive, living is expensive, the electricity bill is has tripled. So just keep it in mind, you know. And I'm not saying that's going to happen, I'm not saying that, but if that happens, and it's only one thing on top of the other things, then it will be much more difficult than last time. And I don't like this fear mongering and this, and you see the prepper channels, prepare now before it's too late, and that's the title of all their videos, you know. And uh, that's not that's not how we should live, but maybe it's wise to keep that in mind, you know. And maybe this is the I mean, this is the time to get prepared, you know. um, Buy food that will last for a long time, and you know the drill, okay. um, some say 2026 is the year. I haven't heard that one before, actually. um, and you could say, when it comes to preparedness, there are basically two kinds of scenarios, okay. And you will fail if you prepare for only one of those and the other one happens, right? So the one and the most normal scenario, kind of scenarios to prepare for, are things like a recession. um, it becomes difficult to find enough food in the stores, or food becomes extremely expensive, and so on and so on. And it's, you know, typically preppers are obsessed with that kind of scenario. um, and and for that you should prepare to, you know, stock up on food, supplies, what you need. And we should. But there are other types of scenarios as well. And what I just said now will only help you if you get to stay where you are, right? What if you have to leave? what if you have to leave on short notice? Then what? You can't bring like 500 kilos of food with you. Well, you can try, put it in your car and so on. What if the roads are closed? What if, and I've talked about this before, but have another plan, a plan B, and for some, that plan B is to relocate. And you should ideally have a place to relocate to, you know, if you can. But you should also have a plan C. Let's just call it plan C. Plan C is where you become a nomad. And I know, preppers don't like it when I talk about that. They hate it, actually. But for many people in times of crisis, that's a very real scenario. And you don't do that because you want to. And I don't think you do that because you were not prepared. Well, some would disagree, but sometimes you don't have a choice. So let's leave it at that. Yeah, Steve says here it's basically impossible to be on the move. Well, what if that's your only option then? Then what? You lie down and die? No. Keep walking. Keep walking. Churchill said, if you're going through hell, just keep walking. Something along those lines there, at least. And yeah, but this got very dark. Let's get out of that mood. It's springtime, and well, at least in the northern hemisphere, it's springtime, and for me, that's the best time of the year, and it fills me with hope, and I am actually very positive now, and I think that many people have become wiser during the past 2 years. Um, when I say think, it's 50% think and 50% want to think or hope, you know. So, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. We need to keep a positive mindset. That's quite important. The Woodlander says bluebells and birdsong throughout the woods. Yes. Steve, yes, we have a little bit of a discussion now, I guess. But you say keep walking. However, you have to be walking to food, shelter, heating, safety. What if there are none? Then what? Again, what do you do? You have to improvise. You have to improvise. You have to find those things. You have to create those things. You can't give up. Lorem Ipsum, what did I miss? Well, most of it, actually, because I'm nearly finished now. But thanks for tuning in. I was just going to say, have a wonderful evening or morning, whatever it is. And how's your place coming to Luke and Mom? Yes, Luke and Mom is a wonderful channel that you can check out. Rhonda, thanks for the donation. And David says, don't stop. Exactly, you don't stop. You keep walking. And when I say walking, that doesn't mean only walking. You continue. continue. You never give up. Now, of course, we are, at least we are here in my situation, we are spoilt, with resources and everything. We are spoilt. And I hope that it will continue that way. But who knows? Okay. Have a wonderful evening or morning or whatever it is. Thanks for tuning in. And thanks for the super chats. And thanks for being awesome. And we'll talk soon. Bye.